They froze me. They did what? They froze me. Who froze you? The Greys. And they're not nice. The Greys, the aliens, they froze you. I'm sitting in my office where I'm a hypnotist, and I do a lot of regression. And I had a patient or a client come to me who said, I have some memories that I don't recall from younger in my life, and I want to find out what happened. Okay, not a problem. So as I relax him and I get him hypnotized, and I take him back to that time that he didn't remember, he is now in a spaceship being observed by the Greys. And I think to myself, how did I get here? How is it that I'm here with this guy that thinks that he has been abducted by aliens? I remember back the first time that I was ever hypnotized. I was 20 years old. My boyfriend and I were at my parents' house, and he said, let me hypnotize you. Okay. So as I'm in this hypnotic state, I'm thinking to myself, this is a bunch of hooey. I do not believe this. I can hear everything that's going on. I'm making this up, and I don't feel hypnotized. He takes me back to when I'm 6 years old. And I think, this is a bunch of hooey. Like, I'm talking like a 6-year-old, he's talking like an adult, and I'm pretending. So I have this conversation with him, me as a 6-year-old, and him as an adult. And then he brings me out of the hypnotic state, and I think, this is really a bunch of hooey. Except, though, that then the cuckoo clock on the wall chimes. And I immediately got up, walked to the front door, opened the front door, and went outside. And my whole family is laughing at me. I guess it wasn't hooey, because he had hypnotized me to do that. So as I grew up and grew older, I had normal things happen to me. I taught first grade. That's pretty normal. I had a 14-year career at Apple Computer. That was probably super normal and really a lot of fun. But the only abnormal thing was I had this voice inside of my head that said to me, time to go. You need to do something different. So because I'm a person that listens to the voice in my head, I left. And I traveled. And I ended up here in Tucson. And then I had to figure out what to do. And I thought, I love the way that the mind works. I love the fact that we can create good things in our lives and not so good things. So I decided to be a hypnotist. I got trained and certified, and I started hypnotizing people. And that was really fun. But I did the normal things. I had people come to me to stop smoking, to lose weight. I got nervous, test anxiety. I even hypnotized people so that they could get up here and speak in public. It was the normal stuff. But it wasn't enough. Now, I believe in past lives. I believe that we have lived before. And I believe that if something that happened to you early in this life can impact who you are as an adult, why not just carry that out further so that something that happened in a past life is impacting your life today? So I got certified to do past life regressions. And that was a lot of fun. I found that I would have people come to me because they had fears and phobias. They had illnesses that they wanted to have explained, but they didn't know where it came from, and they wanted to know if a past life had caused this for them. I had people that said, I don't understand the family that I'm in. It feels like my parents are aliens. I don't know how I got here. I had other people that just said, I know I'm here to do something, but I'm not quite sure, and I want to make sure I get it done. Can we go back to a life to see what I set up for this life? Sure. And there are others that come to me and they say, I don't feel like I belong. I feel like I want to go home, and home is not here in Tucson or even on this planet. I had a woman once who had anxiety and panic attacks so bad she ended up in the hospital. So she came to me and I hypnotized her and I sent her back to a past life, always to the most significant life so that we can get to the heart of it. She's walking out of a cave a long time ago. She gets a rock slide comes, buries her. She's crushed. She can't breathe. And she dies. Is that the reason? Perhaps. I had another person who had relationships that just weren't working. She'd had several failed marriages. She had 3 kids, only one lived with her. She wanted to know what had happened in past lives that perhaps caused this. So what she did, when we regressed her back, she had a wonderful marriage. And I moved her forward a little bit in the time, and all of a sudden she's an old lady, dirty, ragged, lives in a shack. And I said, something happened between here and here. I take her back to that time. And when I find out she's in her house, her three kids, they're playing in their room, and she goes to reach for something on the table and knocks a candle over. And the curtain catches on fire, and the whole room starts on fire. And the kids are in the room, and they can't get out. And the husband, he runs in, goes into that room, and the children and the husband perish. And she can't forgive herself. She's riddled in grief, sadness, and she's not able to let go of that. So we work on that. Then I had this other recent experience. A woman came to me with this love of water, a real love of water, and she wanted to experience a past life. So I took her back to that life near the water. And one of the first things that we a lot of times do is we say, look at your feet. She can't see her feet. She can't move her feet. And as it becomes clearer to her exactly what's on her feet, she says, oh my God, I'm a mermaid. And I lived in Atlantis. And she's on a rock, sunning herself, just amazed at the beautiful, beautiful colors. She was a mermaid. So I go back to my man in the chair, this guy who says, I've been abducted by aliens, and they're not nice. And I said, what do I need to do about this? And I do what any respectable hypnotist would do. I got him the heck out of there. I brought him back and told him, you don't feel anything, and whatever memories you want to remember, you'll remember them. So when he comes back up, he does have a lot of memories. And he's able to move forward and to take care of his life with those memories. So now what I leave you with is the fact is, if you believe in past lives, are these true? Is this what actually happened? But on the other hand, if you don't believe in past lives, then these are just stories. Stories that your subconscious mind produces to help you understand exactly what's going on in this life. So whether they're stories, whether they're true, or whether they're stories, only the storyteller knows for sure. Thank you.